Oh, what's good, YouTube? Say, man. Look, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. Hop straight into it. Y'all haven't already, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Go turn on post notifications for O'Shea Duke Jackson. One of the best consistent YouTubers out there. Let's get it. Let's
The
go.
News Network, the Dusty News Network, you know, where Negro news comes first. And I'm so excited to be your host today. Breaking news. Y'all women out there have sons and you don't have no man in your life for whatever reason. And I'm not saying this is for every black woman out there, but here's what I'm gonna say. A lot of sisters have and participate in this particular situation called son husbands. It's an activity in where instead of having your son as your son, he has a dual role. He's your son husband, and it's a non-sexual situation, but you know, you look at your son as he's your protector. He's going to be your provider. You know, he's your attack dog. He's going to make sure mama is always all right. And, you know, he's going to be your husband without all the booty clapping. Now, a lot of times, you know, I understand why women do this because the son will basically protect you as you get older and everything like that. But sometimes it's unhealthy because the son may really start to believe that he is a husband type figure. And you don't know how bad this is, but there is a situation with a brother in Mississippi who was really protective over his mother dating. But the mom just wasn't dating. The mom was straight up getting clapped. I mean, it was embarrassing, right?
Do you want a career in graphic design? First Institute gives you the tools to enter the industry in less than a
son husband, you don't really wise or also don't want. But anyways, something bad happened, guys. Now I've heard of women or men going and up these what happened years old, and he happened to go through his mama's phone, and what he found in her mama's phone, Andrew Williams. Now at the time he was 15 years old, and he happened to go through his mama's phone. And what he found in her mama's phone was that his mama was a booty clapper, all right? His mom must have been talking about getting her cheeks clapped or even sending pictures, booty clapping sounds. And hey, she was talking about busting up on the D and everything. So let me just say this, when you a son, no matter what your mom do, you try to pretty much look at your mom with the highest level of respect. But once you know that your mom is just like anybody else, a lot of dudes can't take that. So what he did was he called his uncle and his cousin and he said, listen, y'all, this dude is out here clapping my mom's cheeks and I don't know what to do. Now this is 15 years old at the time, right? Now the uncle, which is like, I guess her brother or whatever. Now he's an adult. He could have said, listen, man, your mom is an adult. You need to, you know, chill with that. But nah, they all conspired in the plan. Now, again, this is Jackson, Mississippi. Mississippi, y'all messing up, man. I might have to include y'all into the Dusty States. You know, there's Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Y'all might be there. So they went and they confronted this man by the name of Mr. Pierce, okay? Basically, they saw him sitting on the porch, and they was like, at first they was gonna rob him. So tried to rob the guy, didn't work out. The young man, Leandro Williams, pulled out a handgun, and all of a sudden, this man died at the hospital. So he basically killed his mama boyfriend. Now, Pierce's sister, Maya Davis, says he loved everybody. He was always a happy person. Yeah, he was about to get those cheeks too, so he's happy about that. So the young man has now been sentenced. He pleaded guilty to murder and was sentenced to 40 years in prison. Boy, you about to get your cheeks clapped. As we heard, the brother got 40 years. Not only did he get a whole lot of time, his cousin and his uncle did too. Now, I'm not gonna blame women for this because the young man, you know, like I said, he knew what he was doing and he went and talked to adults and they agreed with it. So the whole situation is down bad. But ladies, understand
Hey, bro, I gotta go take a
that
piss
your
break,
son
guys,
is
so-
your son, okay? And if you want to date, if you want the opportunity to be married, a man come into your life, that's something that needs to be explained, okay, to your son. Because some young men are gonna get jealous. Some young men are not gonna like the fact that you have somebody else, and why do you have somebody else? And men start getting very young boys start getting very protective of their mother and feel like they need to do whatever they can to protect them because maybe they don't like this guy, right? Maybe something about this guy I don't like. I don't think he's a good person. I don't think he's serious enough for my mom. I don't like what he does. And so a young man can basically go over your judgment and try to hurt this person because you don't know what you're talking about. So I'm gonna make sure I protect you even though you can't protect yourself. So this is the downside of, like I said, calling your son daddy, calling your son this and that. And quite frankly, let me tell you this, a lot of black men don't even want to deal with this situation. I don't care how fine you are. You have a son that's 15, 16, 17. He already kind of had that energy a little bit. A lot of black men is not really feeling that because it gets dangerous, all right? Next story. B. Simone was getting roasted all damn week, right? We already know why she was getting roasted. Allegedly, she's broke. She can't afford to shop. At the stores that she wants to shop at now, she's been forced to go to
They say, Dick, that story over with, that son mama catches story over it. All right, so look, I'm gonna comment on it, right, very briefly, because I do got more videos to shoot, right. So we have to teach our younger men about emotional intelligence. It's something that's called emotional intelligence, right? And I want y'all to hear me on this one. It's something that's called emotional intelligence, right? Where it's just the simple fact of you're being not necessarily in control of your emotions, but you being able to pick and choose your emotions, right? So let's just say something happens towards you, right? And you're feeling some type of way, right? It's being able to change your perspective on said situation and being able to pick and choose your emotions. There's only so many emotions, right? Happy, sad, or whatever, right? You have to be able to, especially as a black man, right? You got to be able to choose your emotions in situations. That's called emotional intelligence. But you have to be able to choose your emotions in certain situations because your emotions necessarily determine any outcome. It determines your outcome, bro. So at any moment in time, like things could change just because you made a bad decision off of an emotion. And if you know emotions, like they come and they go, right? So that's why I feel like people should be able you don't wanna choose the wrong emotion and you do time for it. Like so say for instance, right? That situation that young man just went through, right? I mean, he called people, and I can't really blame it on the young man. The young man got an undeveloped mind. You get what I'm saying? I really got to blame it on the older niggas that was around him. So let me talk to the older niggas, right? Y'all should have been able to tell him like, hey, bro, like this what goes on in life, bro. Like you don't like it, shit. Go talk to your mama about it. You going to talk to the man on why he clapping your mama. That's what he supposed to do. Your mama is allowing it. It ain't like your mama wasn't allowing it. But with that young man, man, you don't know what he's seen in his mama phone. You know what I'm saying? But that's not here or there. But yeah, man, next video. I ain't got time for